Okay, so I want to show a new way that I learned how to apply Color Street nail strips. Since I'm doing mine right now, I thought I'd just show what I found is called the anchor trick, which I find is really helpful if you know you're going to use both sides of the strips. So I took the clear piece off, I pulled the nail strip off, and now I'm going to put the end of it back on the white strip. Then I'm going to line it up on this finger, okay, and I'm going to press it down like I normally would. And then because I'm going to use the other side, I'm going to cut and flip it over so that the sticky side does not stick to anything else while I'm finishing applying this. So now I'm going to smooth this one out. Now I also started doing this, and I think it is just a better application. So I just use my thumb to crease the strip into the sides of my nail, and eventually the ends just sort of peel off. Then when I do the end, I've started pushing the strip over the end of my nail like that. So it's sort of like that. And then I use my thumbnail to kind of break it off over the other side. And then when I'm all done with my hands, I'll go through with a nail file and file off the ends so that I don't have, that under my nail, because that feels really weird right now. But it gives it a minute to cure on your nail and kind of just stick over the end so that you have least likely get chips and stuff on the end. So now I'm going to show you how I do the other side. So kind of the same thing. I'm going to use the gray piece, stick one end of it back on the white strip, carefully pull that off, and apply it to my finger just the same way. I find this is really helpful because you're never touching the adhesive on the strip, and which is nice because then there's no way that, sometimes if you touch it, the oils on your skin can get in there and then it won't stick as well. I've never really had a problem with it, but it just makes sense, I guess, to me. So again, I'm peeling or kind of like creasing it over the side of on the end of my nail, and I'm using my thumbnail to kind of cut it in a way, or around the bottom. I peel off any of the extra, and then I'll go through and file the ends. So that's your anchor trick. Hopefully that's helpful for some of you to give it a try and see how it looks. So here I'm using a cuticle stick for my thumbs instead of my thumbnail on the other hand, because as you can see, I started it. So yeah, just go nice and slow, and eventually it will peel, and then, I mean, not peel, but the extra will break off. And then I use the nail file on the ends. See, like I pushed a little too hard and almost ripped. And some of this, for the smoothing it out on your nail, you can use a rubber cuticle pusher, which I do occasionally. It's just I don't have it super handy right now, so I'm not going to use it. And see, you gotta be kind of careful. Like I should not be using that thumbnail to get rid of that. So I'm gonna just keep going with this. I'm sorry, I'm focusing a lot, so hopefully you can see this very well, because I feel like I'm paying more attention to what I'm doing than if my hands are in the video. I'm definitely not a professional videographer. All right, so now since I'm pretty close to having it all wrapped up, I'm gonna go ahead and use the file to help cut the rest of this. And as you can see, I personally like filing down because that seems to, I don't know, for me it seems to lock it in a little better. I think when I go side to side, it tends to rip a lot more. All right. See, this one's a little tricky because I've got so many little pieces on the ends. I'm really trying not to mess up my nail, my thumbnails. I think the key to most of the application with these nail strips is just taking your time. It is quick and easy, yes, and it's great. If you're in a rush, even when you kind of do mess up, it really does not look that bad, but you really can get an excellent application when you just take it slow and really just be gentle. See, I'm just peeling off some of the excess that's over the end of my nails. And then, okay, so that's it for the thumbs. That turned out pretty good. I got a little crease right there, which is kind of annoying me a little bit. But I think maybe I'll keep working on pushing it down throughout the next hour or so. Maybe it'll straighten out. But yeah, that's me, and this is Silicon Valley. I love it. Anyway, all right, see ya.